Alright, hey guys, this is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Akame got killed, episode 24, Akame got killed. Oh my gosh, I have so many conflicting emotions about this episode. This episode was really awesome, but you could tell that there was a lot of BS going on in this episode. This episode was so... Oh my god, I don't know how to feel. Honestly, do not know how to feel about this episode, but in this episode we finally see the fight between Esdeath and Akame, and Akame went in. And I feel like it was really some filler type stuff going on, because Akame, after all this time, whenever she would cut somebody with her Murasame, it would kill them immediately, like even if it was just a scratch. But she was able to slit her hand and get this awesome power to take out Esdeath. Where was this at like the beginning when they had all this stuff going on and they were fighting all these people? Where was this at? Like, why didn't she use this before? But it was awesome. The fight between Akame and Esdeath was awesome. Like, Akame went in and Esdeath was so enthralled in the fight that she actually was like fighting for real. Like, we finally get to see Esdeath fight for real. But it made me kind of mad that they kind of made Esdeath out to be this power hungry ruler that just wants to fight, when at first that really was never her intention. They literally just changed her whole character in this episode. But the fight was awesome. Of course, Akame won, and first she cut Esdeath's arm, and Esdeath cut her arm off. And then Akame, she tried to use her time freeze, and Akame fooled her and got her. And Esdeath, this was the part that got me. Esdeath, she went up to Akame, she made a wall so, not Akame, she went up to Tatsumi, she made a wall so Akame couldn't get to them, and she froze herself and Tatsumi and then broke the ice. I had to rewatch that part a couple of times because I was so confused as to what just happened. I was not prepared at all. Like, I was like, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. What just happened? Lord Jesus, I really was not prepared for that one. So Tatsumi, even if he really wasn't dead, he's dead now. Because Esdeath killed him and her together. So Tatsumi is completely out of the picture now, which really sucks. So after all of that, Akame, they showed Leone, and Honest finally, he got what was coming to him, and he got decreed by Leone, and he shot Leone like 8 times in her stomach, which, even though she kept getting shot, she made sure that Honest was dead, which I feel like he really deserved, because he is probably the main reason why the Emperor was the way he was. But I was so sad because I was like, no, Leone's gonna die. But then she looked like she was okay, so she met back up with Akame after everything happened, and she was like, well, I'll see you later, blah blah blah. She was like, I guess Night Raid really is over. So they went their separate ways, and so Leone, she went back to the slums where she grew up at, and like some people saw her in a bar, and they're like, get Leone a drink, blah blah blah. And before they noticed, she was gone, and they looked down they panned down the alleyway, and she was like laying on the ground. So she was dead, but she had a smile on her face, because now finally, after all this time, everybody in the Empire don't have to worry. Like, they don't have to worry about being killed or where the food is going to come from or anything like that, which is awesome. I was so sad Leone died. So literally everybody in Night Raid died except for Najenda and Akame, and the only reason why Najenda didn't die is because she never actually fought, which made me kind of mad, because I wanted Najenda to do something. Literally the only thing she did was give Susanoo her life force and shoot out her hand. Just like, really? But after all of that, they show that the Emperor, he got beheaded by the guillotine, because, and he pretty much told Najenda that just make sure that you make a peaceful capital where nobody else has to die, all this kind of stuff. And Najenda was like, that is my vow to you, and he got beheaded. So now the Emperor's gone too. But after all of that, they showed that not everything was necessarily hunky-dory, but it was getting better, and there was no more fighting, there was no more sadness, and there was a little girl that looked just like mine, and there was another one that looked just like Leone, but maybe that's just me, I don't know, but it just hurt my heart so bad. This episode, like, I honestly did not know how to feel about this episode. There was so much filler, there's so much awesomeness, it's just, I don't know, but after that, they show, like, Akame, she leaves the capital because she said, you can put all of the bad things that happen in Night Raid and the Revolutionary Army on me, and I'll just leave. So Najinda and her parted ways, and Akame began to roam the earth, and she was killing, and it just looked so freaking awesome. Hopefully there's, like, another part to Akame got killed. I will cry if there's nothing else left in Akame got killed, but this show is just so freaking amazing. I love this show. It's just awesome. But as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turned out? And how do you feel about, like, do you think that there might possibly be a second half to Akame got killed? I don't know. But as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.